Hey, what's up guys? UltraGear here. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be jumping into some more of the Outer Worlds 2 here. Playing this on my PC in 2025 LG 45-inch UltraWide OLED. Now we're actually going to be going through some new settings here compared to my previous videos because I have been experimenting more with this game. So I want to bring up my settings here real quick just so you can see I'm playing this at max settings. 5120 by 2160 is the resolution here. We are using DLSS, and I always make sure I'm using DLSS 4 through the NVIDIA app. That is set to balanced here with frame gen set to 2x. And this is where actually one of my biggest changes of settings are here. So first off, we're still using software ray tracing just because of the shadow issues at the time of recording with hardware ray tracing being on. Along with that, using in-game HDR is actually seems to be one of the main culprits of frame gen having a lot of HUD issues. Someone mentioned this in the comments, so I actually tested it out here, and it's true. When you have in-game HDR off and you're using frame gen, the HUD is no longer like jittery, and you don't have all kinds of like just artifacting and all these other issues. They just almost completely go away. So I'm using RTX HDR for the game here. Now, I'll bring those settings up in a second, but I do want to show everything else here first. Again, all of this, all the way down, set to very high. I'm also going to go ahead and bring the field of view down a little bit just to get rid of some of the warped look here. Now, with that, as we are jumping in, I do want to bring up my RTX HDR settings as well, which you can see here. Now, as we're jumping in, I just want to note some ways to support the channel here real quick, especially for those of you who are new to the channel. If you're new here, check out the description down below. There's Amazon and YouTube links down there to everything in my setup, especially what you see in this video, like the monitor and everything. If you use those links, I do get commission off of them. I really appreciate it if you check it out, though, because it is a great way to support the channel. And I also do have a member section here on YouTube as well, if you're interested. Members get early access to this and many other videos, as well as exclusive content. Alright, now we're going to pull up our journal just because we got some information on the Vox relay, which I want to check about. There's also this as well. Now that's in Westport. I think we will go ahead and do the Niles mission as well.
Whoa, Val. Watch where you're pointing that shooter of yours. You've been pitching a little unevenly.
Since the fastball incident of '97, Automax are not permitted to participate in tossball games, leagues, or tournaments.
I mean, your aim's been off. Wouldn't want me or the good commander here catching any strays.
When attempting to capture a stray animal, approach slowly and quietly. If the animal senses danger, it may grow aggressive.
You know what? Forget I said it. You're doing great.
I do appreciate that there's a little bit of a banter here with the companions, especially when you do have to travel far. Wait, what is this?
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. A real code 472. 472 means they're gonna fill anything that moves full of holes.
Scout report.
Yes, sir. Looks like the repair center is still out of order, sir.
Excellent. At ease, Scout. Glad to hear that they haven't managed to repair it, even if Command has temporarily put the actual fighting to a stop.
Interesting. I wonder if I can intervene in any of those things.
Those indicate acute cantankerousness in nearby armed guards. A stealthy approach is suggested.
Well, that's not good. Are they all this high level? Okay, apparently they all are.
Got troublemakers.
Don't look at me.
Why does each and everything have to be so goddamn irritating?
Alright, well, we're gonna try it. I'm so happy that worked. Here, in this particular moment, yes. And I'm also using a melee weapon, so we'll go ahead and do that.
Heard something.
I hear you. Where are you?
Enemies detected.
Don't notice.
Approximating in our vicinity,
Allow me to share some timely advice.
Oh, I was actually doing a good amount of, oh, perfect. Run away, what are you doing? You're stuck.
Watch your vitals! You're going in what? In the where now? Combat!
Negative. This unit requires extensive repairs.
Not walking this off. Stand me back up.
Well, we tried. Alright, we're gonna slightly try again. We're gonna get that picked up. You know what? No, we're gonna do sneak attack damage extra right now. I'm gonna save this. we are gonna try this again. I'm gonna try to do this with stealth, kind of across the board.
Not friendly life form detected.
Because I took action on all my action items.
Don't turn around, dang it.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
I'm at.
Somebody cover me or what? Commander, watch your vitals.
Where's Val at?
Zip me in. Help me out.
Activities. Indicated.
Where are you? There was an enemy over here, wasn't there? Where'd the heavy one go? You know what? They're showing on my compass. I think they're over there. Alright, is there anything I can actually, since we're here? Alright, we're gonna keep those as is.
Place is in shambles. What happened here? looking low on ammo there, Commander. I can help you whip something up.
Interesting. That just sounds like a bunch of trauma happened here. Wait, what
I've
the?
counted at least 6 horrendous death screams since you arrived. You must be affected as well. You there? Could it be? You seem an honest-to-goodness rational human being, unhindered by bloodlust, unshackled from their basal ganglia. Well then, by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act, under Outbreak Provision 5A, I hereby press you into service to aid me in Elmet Ormsby, Product Envisioner, Department of Proprietary Methodology and Audacious Advances, am your interim supervisor. Oh, all that pleading and the like. Yes. Well, it's only my second time trapped in a laboratory basement, and I do admit. But back to the exciting news about this incredible new opportunity. You working for me. As an aide-de-camp of sorts, on a brief yet no doubt exhilarating assignment. Whole thing was ghastly. One of my assistants and I heard a loud noise. He left to investigate while I continued working on our experiment. When he failed to return, I peeked outside and saw the others run in, bloody. They'd clearly been exposed to some virulent new form of experimental agent. I ran back and locked myself in this test chamber to avoid contamination. Yes, the Protectorate formerly utilized it for seed storage or something equally prosaic. Nothing as provocative as groundbreaking research. Our lab had been researching the red spores that grow nearby to see if they might contribute to future Auntie's Choice products. A local spore sample interacted with a wonderfully preservative-rich diet of Auntie's Choice personnel, inadvertently leading to a chance reaction causing, to a somewhat homicidal degree, it would seem to appear. By that measure, our work here could be considered a moderate success. Well, it should all be rather straightforward, yes? I suspect we'd use a top-down indirect coronium synthesis method, don't you think? Oh dear. It's occurred to me this might benefit to some extent from medical training. Are you perhaps someone well-versed with Apologies. I do tend to assume everyone has a doctorate. No matter. Tremendous. Well then, before we roll up our sleeves and determine what's needed, any questions? We'll need 2 things. Fresh samples of the red spores and the findings from the expedition after that. An antidote should be possible in relatively short order, with your skilled assistance, of course. Fresh spores will be key in the formulation of an antidote, as will the particulars and analysis. Spore samples may be taken from a red plant indigenous to an area of tall rock formations northwest of here. Ingeniously, the research team's findings are on a terminal in another building on these same grounds. A satellite lab to this one, if you will. Once we have an antidote firmly in hand, we can save my remaining
I'm pretty sure they're all gone.
Great.
Okay, that other... I see them on the compass. I'm gonna see if I can find them. There you are.
Place? Lord, I haven't felt this hot strong since Horizon Point. Just think it's here.
Niles.
Howdy, Zed. You look... well.
Has my mind been set upon by shadows?
I can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say, you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters.
Zed, this is the commander I told you about. One in charge of the Horizon Point mission.
So you're the one responsible for the severity of Niles' injuries. You ordered him to remain behind on a fruitless recovery effort.
I don't think I like your Toad.
No. I only dealt with the bloody aftermath. So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine.
Hang fire, Commander. Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands...
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting...
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra? Fuck! It's all coming apart. That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned if you're sincere in your desire to help. Prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an and do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
I have some questions. Yeah,
I'll
why
answer
not?
what I can. Stop there. I know what you would ask, but I've done my best to put that unpleasant experience behind me. Please respect my wish to avoid reopening closed wounds. If you must know, it was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct and she was taken to be refreshed. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. The injustice of it rattled me. Then I met Niles. He told me the truth about other colonies. Made Arcadia feel so... small. Claustrophobic.
Well, at least we... Yeah, I'll take that. At least we actually met him. Hold on, can I read the computer? I can't do it because I don't have either one. Okay.
Always put your hands on other people's things.
Would be interesting though if I could actually get into that. What is this supposed to be? Are these also enemies or are these just mechs here?
Do go through ammo, don't you? Not to worry, we can always craft us more.
It's interesting that they're all over here. What is this? Wait a minute, what the?
The wireless said that flooding Westport is routine maintenance to remove the dust that had been building up in outdoor frames.
The Sovereign really does think of everything.
I didn't even, this is a whole town?
Glad the wireless told me that I'm happy and everything's splendid. I was tempted to feel sad after the ocean flooded my house.
Don't fret. The system is resilient. The system abides. But now, more than ever, we must all do
Huh. Well, at least it's not shooting the water anymore. Visitors, huh? Just meandering about, free of any appointed minder? Not so sure how. If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I suggest you seek out Vigilant Hogarth. That tall, stately building, but do hate to come off impolite. If you're so inclined, we can pick this up later. Word to the wise. Despite what you might hear, we still consider ourselves part of the...
Interesting. Okay. Again, I had no idea I would find this. Nice. Well, now with that, I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Let me know in the comments, though, what you guys think, especially if you have any questions about any of my settings or anything like that. But yeah, I appreciate you all so much for watching this video. Again, let me know what you think down below. Don't forget that like button and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.